And moving on now, a man accused of assaulting a woman on Forest Avenue in Portland is now denying the allegations through his attorney. News Center Maine's Drew Peters has more on the defense's response, including why they say a polygraph test supports their client's claims of innocence.
But this was a young man who just gotten off work and was running some errands that day.
Attorney Mike Whipple says his client, Theo Orestis, was out grabbing a bite to eat after his shift.
He had parked his car, got out of his car, and headed to the crosswalk.
When all of a sudden, Whipple says a woman confronted him.
And at that point, he's not really sure what's going on. She, of course, makes some allegations, and he went and got back in his car, basically to defuse the situation.
Allegations that Orestis had thrown a substance onto her leg.
And my instinct was to take my hand, wipe behind my leg, and then immediately realized that it was semen.
And he was shocked by the allegations. He denied the allegations.
When issued a court summons for assault by Portland police officers, Whipple says Orestis offered to provide any information they needed.
And he said, "Take my DNA. Take my fingerprints. I didn't do this."
Hoping to prove his innocence, Whipple says Orestis also underwent a polygraph test where he was asked whether or not he threw a substance at the alleged victim.
And the polygraph can tell if somehow, in its formula, if somebody has a reaction to that would suggest deception, and he did not.
Whittle says this holds scientific weight, but the Department of Justice argues that's not always true. The department's criminal resource manual citing that polygraph results often aren't allowed into evidence because of the test's reliance on physical reactions that can be influenced.
And that's true. It's not admissible in a jury trial, but it is utilized to say, not only is my client declaring that they're innocent, but we have proof.
Regardless of the polygraph results, Whipple says the only way to truly determine innocence is to compare Orestis' DNA to any sample of the substance allegedly thrown onto the woman.
Because that's the only way to serve justice in this case.
In Portland, Drew Peters, News Center, Maine.